Okay, another Unit 1 biology video. This is about the autonomic nervous system, or the ANS. So this breaks down your nervous system here. You've got your central nervous system, which is the brain and the spinal cord. Then you've got your peripheral nervous system, which is basically everything else. Yeah, all the nerves running through your body. And we can break that down into two. You've got somatic and autonomic. Somatic is voluntary actions. If I, pick something up, I'm telling my muscles via my nerves to do stuff. Reflexes. If I stand on a pin, ouch, jump up in the air. That's the somatic nervous system. Then the autonomic nervous system, which is what this video is about, is all the stuff that you do which you don't realize that you're doing. It's all in the background, unconscious processes which are keeping you alive. Okay, the autonomic nervous system, it's in the background. It's the stuff to do with your heart and your kidneys and your organs and all the stuff inside that you don't even know is happening, but it's obviously very, very important. And that can be broken down as well into two. So you've got your sympathetic and your parasympathetic, and we'll be talking about the difference between those two. So I strongly suggest you learn this diagram. So the autonomic nervous system, as I said, this is a network of nerves throughout your body that control unconscious processes. Okay, these are things that happen without you thinking about them, such as breathing, such as your heart beating, and your autonomic nervous system is always active, even when you're asleep, and it's key to your continued survival. So it's very, very important stuff going on in the background. Consider this, imagine this. A very, very hungry tiger walks into your room. Yeah? What would your body do without you thinking about it? What kind of things would be happening inside your body? Well, consider this. Your pupils would dilate. Big surprise, your pupils dilate. Okay? Your brain wants lots of information to figure out what's going to happen next. Your mouth would dry up. You would breathe faster and deeper. Yeah, getting ready to run away, obviously. Your heart rate would increase. Get them muscles, give them loads of oxygen and food. Your liver would release glucose for energy. You would wet yourself as well. You'd probably do something else in your underpants, but you'd probably wet yourself. Your body wouldn't be worried about things like digesting food and sex. It would be preparing to either fight or run. Yeah, fight or flight. This is a fight or flight response. So these are things that would happen to your body without you really being aware of it. They would just happen. Okay, and these are sympathetic responses, fight or flight. Okay, let's have a look at them here. Pupil dilation, saliva inhibition. This is your mouth drying up. Your airways will dilate so that you can get more oxygen in. Your heart beats faster. Your body's not worried about digesting food. Your liver releases glucose. Intestine inhibition, again, this is your body not worried about digesting food. Your adrenal glands, yeah, pumping adrenaline like mad. Your bladder relaxes, which is why you wet yourself. Decreased blood flow to the reproductive system because you're not particularly bothered about sex at that particular time. So sympathetic responses are fight or flight, and that's when danger is near. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about adrenaline. Yeah, I believe Americans call it epinephrine. Okay, it's the same thing. Talk a bit more about that on the next slide. But parasympathetic. Now, parasympathetic is stuff when the body is relaxed. Okay, when there isn't a tiger coming in, and it's the opposite of the sympathetic. If you look, pupil constriction, so your pupils are smaller. Saliva stimulation, because you might be thinking about a nice juicy burger. Your airways constrict, your heartbeat is nice and slow and relaxed. You're digesting food in the background, so the gallbladder stimulation to help you digest your food, and your intestines are working away happily. Bladder constriction, increased blood flow to reproductive systems. I'll let you imagine what that's all about. Okay, so your sympathetic is your fight or flight. The parasympathetic is when you're nice and chilled and relaxed and you're not worried about danger. There's no danger. I said I'd talk a little bit more about adrenaline. When the adrenal glands, which are just above the kidneys, release epinephrine or adrenaline, this has several side effects. It increases the heart rate, the blood vessels narrow, and that increases blood pressure, and so your vital organs get more blood. Relaxation of airways to help breathing easier so you can take in more oxygen. So that's just a little note about what adrenaline does. Okay, some of you might have to carry something called an EpiPen, and an EpiPen basically contains epinephrine, and they're used to treat if you've got a severe allergy, like maybe you've been stung by a bee and you're allergic to it, then you need a shot of adrenaline to get your heart working again. Okay, so parasympathetic and sympathetic, and they're coming from, the signals are coming from different parts of your spinal column. Okay, interesting to note, if you look at the diagram, that the sympathetic ones, and these are the ones that need to happen in an emergency. Okay, they're all coming around from the middle of the spinal column, pretty close to the organs that they are going to affect. Why do you think that is important? Just out of interest, but they come from different parts of the spinal column, and it's perhaps to do with how quickly things need to happen as a result of these impulses.